They say you know your worth when someone shows you where you belong. I learned mine on a Tuesday afternoon. Not through words. Through a door. The one that led to the garage. Hello. My name is Marian Carter. I am 68 years old, and I live in Boston, Massachusetts. Or I should say, I live beneath a house in Boston. In the garage. The house I paid for. Let me start from that Tuesday. I was sitting in my room. The smallest bedroom upstairs. I had chosen it myself when we moved in. I wanted Ben and Zara to have the master. They were young. They needed space. I needed only a bed and a window. The door opened without a knock. Zara stood there. My daughter-in-law, 37 years old, sharp jaw, perfect posture. Behind her stood her mother, Carol. They carried empty boxes. "We need this room," Zara said. I looked up from my book. "I'm sorry? My mother is moving in. She needs this room. It gets the best light." I closed the book slowly. Where would I go? Zara tilted her head, as if I had asked something ridiculous. "The garage. We've cleared a corner for you." The garage. Where we kept the lawnmower. The paint cans. The Christmas decorations. I wanted to laugh. But her face was serious. Carol's face was serious too. She held a box like she was ready to pack my life into it. "Ben knows about this?" I asked. "He agrees." I waited. Surely my son would appear. Surely he would say something. Anything. He did appear. He stood in the hallway behind them. Hands in his pockets. Eyes on the floor. "Ben?" I said. He looked up. "Just for a second. It's temporary, Mom. Just until we figure things out." Temporary. That word. It means nothing. It means everything. I stood up. My knees ached. They always do now. I looked at the room. My room. The bed Jack and I had shared for 38 years. The quilt my mother made. The photo of Ben as a baby. "I need time to pack," I said. "We'll help," Zara said. But she was already opening my closet. "I should tell you about my life before this room. Before this house. I married Jack Carter in 1978. He was a Vietnam veteran. Quiet man. Strong hands. He worked at the post office for 32 years. I worked part-time at a flower shop. We never had much. But we had enough. We bought a small house in Worcester. 2 bedrooms. A yard with a maple tree. We raised Ben there. We grew old there. Jack planted tomatoes every spring. I baked bread every Sunday. Then Jack got sick. Cancer. The kind that takes its time. Before he died, he told me 2 things. First, keep records of everything. Trust with proof, not just faith. Second, always keep something in your name. Just yours. I didn't understand then. I do now. Jack died in 2019. I was alone in that house. Ben visited sometimes. He had married Zara by then. She was beautiful, educated, confident. Ben said she was going places. At the wedding, Ben hugged me. "Mom," he said, "I married someone like you. Strong. Independent." I smiled. I didn't see it then. The difference between strength and hardness. 2 years after Jack died, Ben called me. "Mom, we found a house. Perfect location. Great schools for Mason." Mason. My grandson. 10 years old. Sweet boy. He has Jack's eyes. "That's wonderful," I said. "But we need help with the down payment. The market is crazy right now." I understood. I sold my house. The one with the maple tree. The one where Ben took his first steps. The one where Jack proposed to me in the kitchen. I received $220,000 for it. I gave them $138,000. The rest I kept. For emergencies. For my future. I moved in with them. They said I was welcome. They said I was family. The first month was fine. The second month, Zara stopped saying good morning. The third month, she started sighing when I entered the kitchen. Your mother likes to cook early, she told Ben once. I heard it through the wall. The smell wakes me up. I stopped cooking breakfast. Now, about Jack. He wasn't perfect. No man is. During his service, he met a woman in California. Her name was Linda. She had a daughter. His daughter, Marie. I found out when Marie was 6 years old. Linda brought her to our door. It was raining. They were wet and scared. Linda was sick. She needed help. I could have closed the door. I could have screamed. I could have left Jack. Instead, I made soup. I gave them towels. I let them stay. For 3 years, Marie lived with us part-time. I taught her to read. I braided her hair. I loved her as if she were mine. Because children don't choose their parents. They don't choose their circumstances. Jack cried when he apologized. Real tears. You're better than I deserve, he said. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. But I chose to forgive. Not because I was weak. Because I was strong enough to choose love over anger. Marie grew up. She moved away. We lost touch. But I never forgot her. I hope she never forgot me. Back to the garage. I packed my things. The quilt. The photos. My books. Jack's letters. Ben helped carry the boxes down. He still wouldn't look at me. This is wrong, I said quietly. Just to him. He paused. It's just temporary, Mom. You keep saying that. Zara's mother needs. What about what I need? He had no answer. He carried the box down the stairs. The garage was cold. Concrete floor. One window. They had put a cot in the corner. A small table. A lamp. See? Zara said. It's not so bad. Carol stood behind her. She looked at the space that was now mine. Then she went upstairs. To my room. With the good light. That night, I lay on the cot. I could hear them above me. Footsteps. Laughter. The television. I thought about the $138,000. About the house I sold. About the life I gave up. For this. I thought about Jack's words. Keep records. Keep something in your name. In my box, there was a smaller box. Wooden. Jack gave it to me. Inside were documents. The bank transfer. The notarized agreement. Proof that I paid for this house. Zara didn't know about the box. Ben had forgotten. But I remembered. I am 68 years old. I have lived through war, through betrayal, through loss. I have loved people who hurt me. I have forgiven when I could have hated. I am not weak. I never was. And I have learned something important. Quiet people are not empty. They are full. Full of memories. Full of evidence. Full of patience. My time in this garage will not last forever. But my story? That is just beginning. They threw a party. For the house. Not for me. But I baked for it anyway. It was May. 1 year since they bought the house. Zara called it the house anniversary. She invited 40 people. Colleagues. Friends. Neighbors. I wanted to contribute. I woke up at 5 a.m. I made cornbread. Jack's recipe. Brown butter. Honey. A little cayenne. I left it on the counter with a note, for the party. From Mom. The party started at 6 p.m. I heard the doorbell ring. Again and again. Cars filled the driveway. Music started upstairs. I waited in the garage. I had dressed nicely. My good blue blouse. The earrings Ben gave me for my 60th birthday. At 630, I tried the door. The one that led from the garage to the house. It was locked. I knocked. No answer. The music was too loud. I knocked harder. Nothing. I tried the garage door. The big one that opens to the driveway. It was locked too. From outside, I was trapped. I stood there for a long time, thinking maybe it was a mistake. Maybe someone had accidentally locked both doors. I found my phone. I called Ben. It rang 5 times. He answered. Mom? Ben, I'm locked in the garage. Oh. Pause. Hold on. I heard Zara's voice in the background. Sharp. Quick. Ben came back. Mom, can we talk about this later? We have guests. I'm locked in, Ben. Another pause. Zara says it's better if you rest tonight. The party is kind of formal. You understand. I didn't understand. This is my house too. Mom, please. Not now. He hung up. I sat on my cot. I could hear them, laughing, clinking glasses. Someone gave a toast. I heard Zara's voice, to our beautiful home. Our home, built on my money, celebrated without me. I thought about the cornbread. Did they eat it? Did they like it? At 8 p.m., I heard small footsteps. Then a knock. Soft. On the garage door. Grandma? Mason. My heart jumped. Mason, honey? Grandma, why are you in there? The door is locked, sweetheart. Wait. I heard him run away. Minutes passed. Then he came back. I can't find the key. But I brought you something. The door had a gap at the bottom. Small. Maybe 2 inches. I saw his little fingers push something through. A slice of cake. On a napkin. Chocolate. Crushed a little. It's from the party, he whispered. I saved it for you. My eyes burned. Thank you, baby. Grandma, why don't they let you come up? I didn't know how to answer. Then I heard Zara's voice. Loud. Coming closer. Mason, what are you doing? Nothing, Mom. Are you talking to her? I told you not to go down there. I heard Mason's voice. Small. Scared. She's hungry. She's fine. Come upstairs. Now. But. Now, Mason. I heard him being pulled away. I heard the cake plate scrape against the concrete. Zara must have taken it. You don't feed strays, she said. They never leave. Then footsteps going up. Silence. Strays. She called me a stray. I didn't eat that night. I couldn't. I lay on my cot and listened to the party end. Cars leaving. Doors closing. Then quiet. At midnight, I heard the lock click. Ben opened the door. Sorry about that, he said. It got busy. I looked at him. My son. 42 years old. Tall like his father. You locked me in, I said. It wasn't intentional. Zara called me a stray. He looked away. She was upset. Mason was supposed to stay upstairs. Your son brought me cake. Because he has a heart. Ben said nothing. Where is my cornbread? I asked. What? The cornbread I made. For the party. He shifted his weight. I don't know. I didn't see it. I left it on the counter. Maybe Zara moved it. Moved it. I knew what that meant. The next morning, I went upstairs. Everyone was sleeping. I checked the counter. The cornbread was gone. I checked the refrigerator. Not there. I checked the trash. There it was. My cornbread. Still in the pan. Untouched. Thrown away. I stood there looking at it. 15 minutes. Maybe more. Carol came into the kitchen. She saw me. She saw the trash. She understood. She said nothing. She made her coffee and left. That afternoon, I tried to talk to Ben. He was in the living room. Alone. We need to discuss this, I said. Discuss what? My situation. The garage. The party. He sighed. Mom, you're making this bigger than it is. I paid for this house. You helped with the down payment. That's different. I gave you $138,000. And we're grateful. But this is our home. We make the decisions. I felt something cold in my chest. Am I not family? Of course you are. But you have to understand. Zara has her ways. Her ways include locking me in a garage? That was an accident. Throwing away my food? She's particular about the kitchen. Calling me a stray? He stood up. I can't do this right now. Ben, look at me. He stopped. Your father would be ashamed. His jaw tightened. Dad's not here. No, he's not. But I am. And I deserve better. He walked away. 2 weeks passed. Nothing changed. I stayed in the garage. Carol stayed in my room. Zara stayed cold. But something else happened. Something I didn't expect. The neighbor across the street, a young woman, had a video blog. She filmed her garden, her recipes, her life. On the day of the party, she had filmed outside. Her camera caught our house. The driveway. The garage. In the background of her video, you could see me. Through the small garage window. Standing. Waiting. Alone. You could see Mason bringing the cake. You could see Zara taking it away. The neighbor didn't notice. She posted the video. About her roses. About her spring garden. But people noticed me. In the background. The old woman in the garage. During a party. Comments started appearing. Why is that lady locked in the garage? Is that woman okay? This is elder abuse. The video spread. Not because of roses. Because of me. I didn't know about the video then. I only knew my situation. Every night, I lay on my cot. I thought about leaving. But where would I go? My money was in this house. My life was here. My grandson was here. I thought about fighting. But how? They had the power. I had only memories. Then I remembered Jack's words. The ones I keep coming back to. Evidence without emotion. Facts without fury. I had the bank records. The transfer. The agreement. But I needed more. I needed to be patient. I needed to watch. So I did. I watched Zara open my mail. I noted the date. I watched Ben sign papers. I photographed them. I watched Carol use my social security number. I saved the documents. I stayed quiet. I stayed small. I stayed invisible. But I was collecting. Every slight. Every crime. Every proof. They thought I was weak. They thought I was defeated. They were wrong. Silence is not surrender. Sometimes it is strategy. And my time was coming. I started waking up earlier. 4 a.m. Before anyone else. In the dark garage, I made lists. Not on paper. In my head. Every wrong. Every lie. Every stolen piece of my dignity. But lists don't win battles. Evidence does. Jack taught me that. Let me tell you about my husband's wisdom. Jack came back from Vietnam different. Not broken. Just careful. He trusted slowly. He verified everything. Marian, he used to say, hope is good. But proof is better. He kept receipts. He kept copies. He kept notes. I thought he was paranoid. Now I understand. He was prepared. Before he died, he gave me a wooden box. Small. Oak. He made it himself. Keep your important things here, he said. And keep it hidden. I did. For years, that box sat in my closet. Then it moved to my suitcase. Now it lives under my cot. In the garage. Inside that box are marriage certificate, Jack's death certificate, the deed to our old house, and one more thing. The bank transfer receipt. $138,000. From my account to theirs. Dated April 12, 2022. Also, a notarized agreement. Signed by Ben. Witnessed by Frank Delgado, Jack's old Army friend. A financial advisor now. The agreement states clearly in exchange for the down payment, I receive lifetime residency rights and a 40% ownership stake in the property. Ben signed it. He probably forgot. Or he hoped I would. I didn't forget. June came. Hot. The garage became an oven. I spent days organizing my evidence. Photographing documents. Writing dates in a small notebook. Then something happened. Something I didn't expect. The phone rang. My cell phone. A number I didn't recognize. I answered. Mrs. Marian Carter? Yes? This is Patricia from Metropolitan Life Insurance. I'm calling to confirm a recent beneficiary change on your policy. I sat up straight. What change? Your life insurance policy. The beneficiary was changed from Benjamin Carter to Zara Hayes. I'm calling to verify this was your decision. My heart stopped. I made no such change. Silence on the line. Mrs. Carter, we received a signed form. Dated May 15th. With your signature. I signed nothing. More silence. Ma'am, this is concerning. The signature appears authentic. But if you're saying you didn't authorize this. I did not. I never signed any form. Patricia's voice became serious. Mrs. Carter, this could be fraud. Would you like to file a formal dispute? Yes. Absolutely yes. She took my information. She promised to send documentation. She said investigators would review the signature. I hung up. My hands were shaking. Zara had forged my signature. She had tried to steal my insurance. She was planning for my death. And profiting from it. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay on my cot staring at the ceiling. Who was this woman? What kind of person forges documents? Steals from her husband's mother? Locks an old woman in a garage? I thought about confronting her. Screaming. Demanding answers. But Jack's voice came back to me. Emotion is their weapon. Evidence is yours. So I waited. The next morning, I called Frank Delgado. Jack's friend. The man who witnessed our agreement. Frank, I need your help. Marian? What's wrong? I told him everything. The garage. The party. The insurance fraud. He was quiet for a long time. This is serious, he finally said. This isn't just mistreatment. This is criminal. What should I do? Document everything. Keep building your case. Don't confront them yet. And Marian? Yes? Get copies of all your financial statements. If she forged one signature, she might have forged others. I felt sick. You think there's more? I think you need to find out. The next week, I became a detective. Quietly, carefully, I waited until Zara and Carol went shopping. Ben was at work. Mason was at school. I went upstairs. My heart pounded. I found their home office. The door was open. I went inside. On the desk bills, bank statements, documents. My hands trembled as I looked. I found it quickly. A credit card statement. In my name. An account I never opened. Balance $12,847. Charges designer handbags, spa treatments, restaurant bills. All in the past 3 months. I photographed everything. The statement, the charges, the dates. I kept looking. More documents. A car loan. My name as co-signer. I never signed that. A store credit account. My social security number. I never applied for that. She had stolen my identity. Piece by piece. Dollar by dollar. I heard the garage door open downstairs. They were home. I moved quickly. Put everything back. Exactly as it was. I made it to the stairs just as Zara came in through the front door. She saw me. "What are you doing up here?" I kept my voice steady. "Looking for Mason's book. He asked me to find it." She stared at me. Her eyes were cold. Calculating. He didn't mention that to me. He probably forgot. We stood there, measuring each other. "Stay in your area, Marian. You have no business upstairs." I nodded. Of course. I walked past her. Down to the garage. My heart was racing. She knew something was wrong. I could feel it. That night, Ben came to the garage. "Mom, Zara said you were upstairs today." I was looking for Mason's book. "She's uncomfortable with you wandering the house." I looked at my son. Really looked at him. "Ben, do you know what your wife is doing?" "What do you mean?" "The credit cards. The loans. In my name." His face changed. Just slightly. He knew. "Mom, those are joint family expenses. We'll pay them back. I didn't sign for them. Zara handles the finances. She probably just forged my signature, like she forged the insurance papers." He went pale. "What insurance papers?" "My life insurance." She changed the beneficiary to herself, without my knowledge. Ben stood there, silent. His mouth opened, closed. "That's not, I don't think." "You don't think what?" "That your wife would steal from your mother? From the woman who gave you this house?" He backed toward the door. "I need to talk to Zara." "Yes. You do." He left quickly. I waited. I expected yelling, arguments, something. Instead, silence. No one came to the garage that night. Or the next day. On the third day, Zara appeared at my door. Smiling. "Marian, I think there's been a misunderstanding." I said nothing. "Those accounts? Ben and I set them up for household expenses. We planned to transfer them to our names. It's just paperwork. I never signed anything. You probably forgot. You're getting older. Memory fades." She was gaslighting me, making me doubt myself. I didn't forget. "Marian, let's not make this into a problem. We're family. We share things. You forged my signature." Her smile disappeared. "That's a serious accusation." "It's the truth." She stepped closer. "Listen to me carefully. You live here because we allow it. You have nothing. You are nothing. If you cause trouble, you'll find yourself in a nursing home. Alone. Is that what you want?" I didn't answer. "Good," she said. "Let's not discuss this again." She left. That night, I opened my wooden box. I looked at the agreement. The bank transfer. The photographs. Zara thought I had nothing. She was wrong. But she was also dangerous. More dangerous than I realized. I needed help. Real help. Legal help. I called Frank again. "Frank, I need a lawyer. Someone who handles elder abuse." "I know someone. Good person. Honest. I'll make the call." "Thank you." "Marian?" "Yes?" "Be careful. These people have shown their true nature. Protect yourself." I promised I would. I hung up and looked around my garage. This cold, dark space. They thought it would break me. They thought it would silence me. Instead, it made me focus. I had my box. I had my evidence. I had my witness. And soon, I would have justice. But first, I needed the world to see what they had done. I just didn't know yet how that would happen. The universe was already arranging it. The knock came at 7 a.m. On the garage door. Not Mason's soft knock. Not Ben's hesitant one. This was firm. Professional. I opened it. A woman stood there. Early 30s. Professional suit. Press badge. But her eyes. I knew those eyes. Mrs. Carter, she said. Yes? My name is Marie Thomas. I'm a reporter with Channel 5 News. Marie Thomas. Jack's daughter. The girl I raised for 3 years. The child I fed soup to in the rain. The one whose hair I braided. The one I loved as my own. She was grown now. Beautiful. Successful. Marie, I whispered. Her eyes filled with tears. You remember me. Of course I remember you. She stepped forward. Hugged me. Right there in the garage doorway. I found you, she said into my shoulder. I finally found you. She came inside. Into my garage. My home. She looked around. The cot. The boxes. The single lamp. This is where they keep you? Yes. Her jaw tightened. The same expression Jack used to have. When he was angry. Mrs. Carter. Call me Marian. You always did. Marian. She sat on my cot. I need to tell you how I found you. She pulled out her phone. Showed me a video. The neighbor's garden video. With me in the background. Locked in the garage. During the party. This is everywhere now, Marie said. Thousands of views. People are outraged. I stared at the screen. At myself. Small. Forgotten. Trapped. I didn't know, I said. I saw it 2 days ago. I recognized you immediately. Your face. This house. I had to find you. How did you know where I was? I'm an investigative reporter. I investigated. She smiled. Jack's smile. Marian, I want to tell your story. My story? What they're doing to you. The financial abuse. The fraud. Everything. I hesitated. It will destroy Ben. He's destroying you. True. Painful. But true. Will you let me help? Marie asked. The way you helped me? I thought about it. About going public. About exposing everything. Jack's voice came to me. Evidence needs witnesses. Yes, I said. Tell my story. We spent 3 days preparing. Marie brought her camera crew. They filmed the garage. My cot. My wooden box. I showed her everything. The bank transfer. The forged signatures. The credit cards. The insurance fraud. She documented it all. This is criminal, she said. Multiple felonies. I know. Are you ready for what comes next? I've been ready my whole life. The interview happened on Thursday. In the garage. Marie sat across from me. Camera rolling. Tell me about the day they moved you here, she said. So I told her. Everything. The party. The locked doors. The cornbread in the trash. Mason's cake. Zara's words. She called you a stray? Yes. And you gave them $138,000 for this house? I did. Why did you stay? I paused. Where else would I go? My money is in these walls. My grandson is upstairs. I had nowhere. Marie nodded. Many elders feel this way. Trapped by their own generosity. Exactly. The piece aired on Sunday night. 6 p.m. news. Prime time. The mother in the garage. Marie narrated it beautifully. The video footage, the documents, my interview. She exposed everything. The fraudulent insurance change, the identity theft, the financial abuse, the emotional cruelty. It ended with me sitting in the garage, looking at Jack's photo. "I'm not angry," I said in the interview. "I'm disappointed. I raised a better son than this." The response was immediate. Thousands of calls to the station. Emails. Messages. People were furious. Other elders shared their stories. Similar abuse. Similar betrayals. The mother in the garage became more than my story. It became everyone's story. Monday morning. The doorbell rang upstairs. Then pounding. I heard Zara's voice. Angry. Scared. "Who is it?" "State Attorney General's office." Open the door. More voices. Police. Investigators. I stayed in the garage. Listening. "Zara Hayes? Benjamin Carter? You're being served with a subpoena. Charges include elder abuse, financial exploitation, identity theft, and insurance fraud." Zara's voice. Shrill. "This is harassment. Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. I'm calling my lawyer." "That's advisable." Ben came to the garage. His face was white. "Mom, what did you do?" I told the truth. "You've ruined us." "No, Ben. You ruined yourselves." He stared at me, like he didn't know me. "We could go to prison. You should have thought about that before. I'm your son. Then act like it." He had no response. The weeks that followed were chaos. Insurance investigators came. Then bank fraud specialists. Then elder care advocates. They interviewed everyone. Me, Ben, Zara, even Mason. They examined every document, every signature, every transaction. Zara hired expensive lawyers. They tried to discredit me. "She's confused. She's elderly. She has memory problems." But I had evidence. Clear. Documented. Undeniable. Frank testified. He witnessed the original agreement. He confirmed my investment. Marie's report was played in depositions. The case was overwhelming. The civil trial came in September. 3 months after the broadcast. I sat in the courtroom. Small, quiet, determined. Zara sat across from me. Still beautiful, still confident, but scared now. Ben sat next to her. He wouldn't look at me. The judge reviewed everything. The bank transfer, the ownership agreement, the forged signatures, the stolen identity, the insurance fraud. "Mrs. Carter," the judge said, "your documentation is remarkably thorough. My husband taught me well." She smiled slightly. Clearly. The verdict came quickly. The court finds clear and convincing evidence of financial exploitation and fraud against Marian Carter. Zara's lawyer objected. The judge overruled. The court recognizes Mrs. Carter's 40% ownership stake in the property, as documented in the notarized agreement. Ben's head dropped. Furthermore, the court issues a restraining order. Zara Hayes and Carol Hayes must maintain a distance of 500 feet from Mrs. Carter. Zara's face went red. Regarding the property, defendants have 30 days to either vacate or purchase Mrs. Carter's share at current market value. The house was worth $450,000 now. My 40% was $180,000. They couldn't afford it. I knew it. They knew it. Finally, restitution for stolen funds, fraudulent accounts, and emotional damages $95,000. To be paid to Mrs. Carter within 60 days. Zara stood up. This is outrageous. Sit down, Ms. Hayes, or I'll add contempt charges. She sat. After the verdict, Ben found me in the hallway. Mom, please. Can we talk? I looked at him. My son. My only child. Talk. I didn't know it would go this far. Zara said. Zara said what? That stealing from your mother was okay? That locking me in a garage was acceptable? I was trying to keep the peace. You were trying to keep your wife happy. At my expense. He had tears now. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't give me back 2 years in a garage. Sorry doesn't erase the humiliation. What can I do? I stepped closer. You can live with your choices. That's what adults do. I walked away. That night, in my garage, I cried. Not from sadness. From release. I had won. But I had lost too. My son. My family. My trust in people. But I had gained something else. My voice. My power. My truth. And sometimes, that's enough. Marie called me that night. How do you feel? Empty. Full. Both. That makes sense. Thank you, Marie, for everything. You saved me once. I saved you back. Your father would be proud. She was quiet for a moment. I think he would be proud of both of us. Yes, he would. I looked around the garage one last time. Soon, I would leave this place. Soon, I would have my own home again. Soon, I would be free. But tonight, I sat with my victory. And my grief. Because justice, I learned, is not the same as healing. That comes later. Slowly. Painfully. But it comes. The ocean looks different when you're free. I sit on my balcony now. Small apartment. 2 bedrooms. Facing the water. Gloucester, Massachusetts. The waves come and go. Steady. Patient. Like breath. I bought this place with the settlement money. Cash. No mortgage. No names but mine. Just like Jack told me. 6 months have passed since the trial. Ben and Zara couldn't buy me out. They sold the house instead. Split the proceeds. My 40% came to me directly. They moved to New Hampshire. Smaller house. No parties now. Zara lost her job. The publicity destroyed her reputation. Nobody wants to hire the woman who locked her mother-in-law in a garage. Carol went back to her own apartment. Quietly. Without goodbye. And me? I started over. At 68. Mason lives with me now. Ben agreed. Surprisingly. Maybe it was guilt. Maybe it was wisdom. Maybe he knew the boy needed stability. Mason has his own room here. Blue walls. Ocean view. He picked the color himself. Every morning, we eat breakfast together. I make pancakes. He tells me about school. We laugh. This is what family should feel like. I think about forgiveness often. People ask me, Marian, how can you forgive what they did? I tell them forgiveness is not forgetting. It's not excusing. It's not pretending. Forgiveness is releasing the poison. So it stops burning you from inside. I forgive Ben. Not for him. For me. I don't forget what he did. I don't excuse his silence. But I release my anger. Because anger is heavy. And I'm too old to carry heavy things anymore. Zara, I don't forgive. Not yet. Some wounds need more time. Maybe one day. Maybe never. And that's okay too. Forgiveness is a choice. Not an obligation. Ben calls sometimes. Once a month. The conversations are short. Polite. How's Mason? He's good. Happy. Tell him I love him. I will. Then silence. We don't talk about the garage. Or the trial. or what was lost. Some things are too broken to discuss. Marie visits often. She's become famous now. The mother in the garage won journalism awards. She was promoted. But she doesn't come for career talk. She comes for soup. I make the same soup I made when she was 6. Chicken, vegetables, love. We sit at my kitchen table. Like family. Because that's what we are. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's choice. Sometimes it's history. Sometimes it's soup. Thank you, she says every time. For what? For seeing me, when I was invisible. You were never invisible, Marie. Just overlooked. She smiles. Jack's smile. Mason and I started something together. A blog. We call it, From Garage to Justice. We share stories. Mine. Others. People who felt invisible. People who were mistreated. People who found their voice. Thousands read it now. They write to us. Emails. Comments. Your story gave me courage. I left my abusive situation because of you. Thank you for speaking up. Every message matters. One woman wrote, I thought I deserved the treatment. Your story showed me I was wrong. Another wrote, I'm 72. I thought my life was over. You showed me it's just different. A man wrote, I'm the Ben in my family. Your story made me see. I'm changing. That one made me cry. I learned something in that garage. Strength is not loud. It's not violent. It's not angry. Strength is patience. It's documentation. It's truth. Strength is standing up, even when your knees hurt. I also learned about dignity. They tried to take mine. With every locked door, every thrown away meal, every forged signature. But dignity cannot be taken. Only given away. I never gave mine away. The hardest lesson was about love. I loved Ben unconditionally. I thought that was enough. It wasn't. Love without boundaries is not love. It's permission. Permission to hurt. To take. To abuse. Real love says, I care about you. And I care about me. Both matter. I didn't know that before. I know it now. Jack visits me in dreams sometimes. Not scary dreams. Peaceful ones. He sits beside me, on the balcony, looking at the ocean. You did good, Marian, he says. I'm still learning. That's the point. Then he fades. Like morning mist. I'm 69 now. My birthday was last month. Mason made a cake. Chocolate. A little lopsided. Perfect. We ate it on the balcony. Watching the sunset. Grandma, he said, are you happy? I thought about it. Really thought. Yes, I said. Different happy. But yes. What's different happy? It's happy that knows sadness. Happy that survived something. It's deeper. He nodded. Like he understood. Maybe he did. I won't pretend everything is perfect. Some nights, I wake up confused. Thinking I'm still in the garage. Some days, I miss my son. The son he used to be. Some moments, I feel the weight of lost years. But mostly, I feel grateful. Grateful for this apartment. This ocean. This grandson. Grateful for Marie. For Frank. For strangers who cared. Grateful for justice. Imperfect, complicated justice. If you're listening to this story, I want you to know something. You are not invisible. Your voice matters. Your dignity belongs to you. No one can take it without your permission. And it's never too late. Never too late to stand up. To speak out. To start over. I was 68. Living in a garage. Now I live by the ocean. Raising my grandson. Telling my story. Everything can change. Everything. I look at the waves now. They keep coming, no matter what. Storms don't stop them. Darkness doesn't end them. They just keep coming. Like hope. Like truth. Like us. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it gave you something. Courage. Hope. Recognition. Whatever you needed. If this story touched you, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button. Turn on notifications. Your support helps us share more stories. Stories of people who refused to be invisible. Stories of justice. Stories of coming home. To ourselves. My name is Marian Carter. I am 69 years old. I live in Gloucester, Massachusetts. I am free, and my story continues.